There are over 1 million words in the English language, with infinite possible combinations. But even with all of that, I cannot possibly describe just how much I loathe Mr. Krabs. I want nothing more than to punch through his disgusting shell and rip his still beating heart right out of his unholy, fleshy body. Mr. Krabs is the physical embodiment of everything wrong with humanity. He is detestable, disgusting. Many people think that Plankton is the main bad guy of Bikini Bottom, and while that is true to an extent, no other being in Bikini Bottom is near as depraved and rakish as Mr. Krabs. Plankton may be bad, but he still has morals. He would probably not be willing to kill for his goals, and certainly not willing to kill an innocent person. He has a soul and a conscience, and he cares about more than just his evil goals. Primarily, he has a wife that he genuinely loves, even if their marriage isn't the best. Mr. Krabs, on the other hand, he has no morals, not even bad morals. He has only one motivation, and that is to make money. He has a daughter, but not only does he care more about money, but he probably only truly cares about money, not anything else. The only reason we don't see him doing evil schemes like Plankton is because he knows that it's a foolish and futile way to try to achieve his goals. So instead, he does what we all know him to do, which is, of course, to put on a charming old sailor act, and sell addicting and likely immoral food for more than it's worth, and to generally do all that he can without going to jail, like paying his employees, including the much more deserving SpongeBob, almost criminally low wages. It is actually canon that Mr. Krabs, without second thought or remorse, literally sold SpongeBob's soul for pocket change. He sold that innocent, caring young man's soul, likely forever damning him. Even Squidward, who hates SpongeBob, found this appalling. But technically, it wasn't illegal, and it gave him money, so he had no inhibitions about it. Now, getting back to the aforementioned food, emphasis on the quotation marks. There are a multitude of theories as to just what the scandalous secret of his patties is. Some prime examples of this are cannibalism and whale meat. For the first one, just think about it. It's called a Krabby Patty. And you don't see any other crabs in Bikini Bottom, do you? And as for the whale meat, well, when a whale dies, often its body provides food for many fish. This theory states that crabs' patties are made of meat from a dead whale, and his adopted daughter, the offspring of the dead whale, is being raised by him purely so that he can eventually kill her for more meat when he runs out of current stock. Disgusting. Absolutely appalling. But I can definitely see that being true. And it is also canon that he's definitely willing to use immoral methods to produce his food. This is established fact. In one episode, he set up a horrendous and cruel factory that took nearly all of the jellyfish native to Bikini Bottom and juiced them mercilessly for what can be implied as likely their death had SpongeBob not intervened. I could rant for hours and hours about how wicked and vile Mr. Krabs is. I hate him so much. I want to stab him over and over and over in a very precise way so that he feels lots of pain, but takes a long time to die. But before he dies from that, I'll rip him limb from limb, leaving his eye stalks for last. I want to knock him down and kick him again and again until his shell is totally shattered from his ugly face to his tiny little legs. I want to crush him like the hideous roach he is, mentally and physically. I want to work him like a dog, constantly and without relief, until his spirit is crushed and his body gives out and dies. Mr. Krabs is a soulless pig, and if he had a soul, he would have sold it long ago. He deserves to die and suffer in hell for eternity.